Social media has almost completely changed how many of us communicate, and it can be a useful way to stay connected. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have become such an integral part of all our lives. Like most things in life, social media is not evil in itself, but should be used with moderation. Today, both adults and children are getting so caught up interacting online that we forget to really live in the real world. Adults and children are getting addicted to social media. Social media is like a drug, and that's not hyperbole. Teenage and adult social media addiction has become a serious problem around the world. Let's take a look at how to identify some of the most toxic symptoms of social media addiction and tips for treating them. 1. You consume mindlessly. Snacking mindlessly? It's a common habit that many people can recognize. You might find yourself snacking even when you're not hungry. Mindless social media addiction is similar. Chatting with friends and catching up online is one thing, but finding yourself elbows deep in your Twitter feed every time you feel an urge to open the app is a sign of addiction. Checking socials dozens of times per day without even thinking about what you're reading is one of the main reasons smartphones ruin productivity. To help yourself avoid the scroll mindlessly, set limits using your device's parental controls or usage monitoring features, such as screen time on iOS. 2. You post constantly. Few people have ever indulged in oversharing on social media. Posting too much information on social media, and doing it often, may be another indicator of social media addiction. We're not here to police you on how often you are allowed to post on Instagram. Instead, think critically about every post under your name and take pride in the quality of everything that you share online. Pick and choose everything that you publish. Your circle of acquaintances and colleagues don't need to see every second of every day, and we doubt that you would want to see every second of theirs either. By taking time to curate your feed, you'll put out better and, necessarily, less content. 3. It changes your habits or opinions. Have you ever had a friend who always got you into trouble as a kid, a person who deliberately exposed you to dangerous activities, situations, or ways of thinking? Social media can be profoundly influential, especially when online strangers start to feel like trusted friends. If you find yourself swaying to the dark side, whether to keep up with others or merely to bolster your own image, you might want to think twice about your social media habits. 4. It's the first thing you do in the morning. Almost every social media addict will begin their daily routine by slowly and pointlessly scrolling through what we have missed on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more during our 8 hours of sleep. Usually, it's not much, but that doesn't deter us from staring into our phones. 5. You hear imaginary notifications. If you're obsessed with social media, then getting a notification can be exciting, but when you start to imagine them, you definitely have a problem. Many of us have experienced the imaginary phone vibration, causing us to frantically check our phone for a notification that never came. Seriously, this is a real thing. We all need a little bit of fun in our lives, and social media is great for that. But it's important to make sure social media doesn't become our lives. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next time.